So when a transaction falls through, there's a couple of things that you'll want to do in Command. So number one, regardless if it is your listing or your buyer, you're going to go into the Offers and Commissions tab of the opportunity. You're going to go to your commissions. I'm going to click View Commission. And you're going to use this request termination button right here. So you want to click that. Now you only want to click that if that contract has fallen through. You don't want to come and click this just to update the commission amount if it has changed, or the sales price if it's changed, or the closing date. This is strictly if a contract has fallen through, you've got a mutual release, things like that. That contract is not going to close. You're going to request this termination. If it's any other changes like that, like just it's the same contract, but the sales price has changed, the commission has changed, the closing date has changed, there are other options that you're going to do. So if the closing date changes simply on a transaction, you're going to go to the Details tab in the top left, and you're going to go to the pencil icon and just edit your estimated closing date. If the commission has changed, for like the percentage or the price, then you're going to not come in and terminate this. Julie will just process the closing with the amount that is on the settlement statement and the check that you bring in. So again, this that I'm going over now is if that contract has actually fallen through. You're going to request a termination. So once you've done that, you're going to go to Documents, and then you will have submitted your under contract file. So we'll pretend that there's a submitted file here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a new version for the file. So you're going to click under contract right here, and you're going to do add version. And then you're just going to create a new version of that file. So it's going to retain the old one. If I click where it says under contract V2, I can always toggle back to the original, but this is going to allow me to submit a new file with this checklist using the same opportunity. You can do this in both a listing opportunity and a buyer opportunity. So you do not need to create a new opportunity for it. In fact, you really want to try to use the same opportunity as much as possible, because that's going to really track the true timeline for that buyer or that listing. So you'll create your new version of your file, and then you'll add everything to it, and you'll submit it, and you'll go into the Offers and Commissions tab, and you'll submit a new commissions for it, and make sure to do those back to back, because they both need to be completed within 5 days of binding agreement. If you don't have a new contract on it yet after you've terminated it, then you just terminate it, change your version of your file, and then come back to it whenever you do have a new contract with that buyer or a new contract on your listing. If it's a listing, side note, you don't need to conversion the listing folder or anything. That's going to stay the same, because the contract just had to do with the under contract folder here. And then you do want to make sure to, of course, add copies of any mutual releases, notifications for that contract that fell through. You want to put those in your original file. Of course, you will want to always, if we're holding the earnest money, you want to share those mutual releases with Julie so that she can disperse that, but also put a copy signed by all parties within the file. So that's what you're going to do if a transaction falls through.